I'm going to show you how to divide a 3-digit dividend by a 1-digit divisor. So before we get started, your dividend is your number that is being divided, and your divisor is the number that is doing the actual dividing. So when I refer to dividend and divisor, you'll know the numbers that I'm talking about. So since 6 is doing, let me make that a little straighter, the dividing, I'm going to create a T-chart. And I'm going to write my facts. I'm going to go to about 6, so if I have to add to it, I will, but going to the down to 5 or 6 should be good enough. So I'm going to write my multiplication facts. I'm going to use just skip counting. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and 36. So let's go ahead and get started and divide with my multiplication chart. I'm going to write the steps of division. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. So the first step is divide, and we have to ask the question, how many groups of 6 can I get from 6? So if you don't know, you go over here to your multiplication chart. These are your groups. I'm going to put a G right here. And over on this side, it's the number that are in the group. So, for example, if I say, ask how many groups of 6 can I get from 6, that means that I go over here, I can get one group, which is going to give me 6 in a group. So this number right here goes on top of the bracket, and you have to make sure that you are placing it over the number that you're dividing into. So the next step is to multiply. So 6 times 1 is 6. The next step is to subtract. So 6 minus 6 is 0. I'm going to bring down my 0. Now some of you all are going to get confused and say, well, that's 0. Yes. How many groups of 6 can we get from 0? We can't get any groups of 6 because we know that any number times 0 is 0. So we don't have it on our T-chart, but we know that 6 times 0 is 0. So 6 times 0 is 0. Going to subtract, and then I'm going to bring down my 8. And I'll make another house to show that I'm dividing into 8. So we ask the question again, how many groups of 6 can I get from 8? Well, I'm going to look over here, and I need a number that is going to come close to 8 without going over. Well, we have 6 because we can't do 6 times 2 because 2 groups of 6 is 12. So that's going to give us a 1. And then we multiply. 6 times 1 is 6. And then we subtract. 8 minus 6 is 2. Now we don't have anything else to bring down. That lets us know that 2 is going to be our remainder. 2 is smaller than 6, so I know that I'm done dividing. So I can get 101 groups of 6 from 608 to 2-digit divisors. Now, what confuses a lot of you all is that you have larger numbers. What the process is still the same. You're going to put You're going to divide, multiply, subtract, and you're going to bring down. Let me erase these little spots. It's still the same process. And over here, you're going to create your T-chart as well. The only thing is that they are larger numbers. Now, because this is a 2-digit divisor, we have to divide into 2 digits underneath the bracket, because we know that 2-digit divisors are, well, 1-digit divisors are smaller. 1-digit are smaller than 2 digits. So you can't divide into a 1-digit number, because your 2-digit numbers are always going to be larger. So always remember that with that 2-digit divisor, it has to be divided into 2 digits underneath the house. So I'm going to go ahead and start my T-chart. So one group of 54 is 54. 2 groups, I'm going to go over here and add 54. If you don't know what it is right offhand, so it's 108. Let me get my eraser. And I'm going to add another 54. 8 and 4 is 12. That's going to be 162. Now I'm going to stop there, because I kind of think that I'm not going to need to go past 3. But if I have to, I will go ahead and go past that. So, how many groups of 54 can I get from 49? The answer is 0. So 5 times 0 is 0. To subtract 49, and now I'm going to bring down my 6. I'm going to create another house just like I did with the other problem with the 1-digit divisor. But over here on my T-chart, I am going to have to go past 3. So 4, I'm going to do 162 plus 54 is 6. That's going to be 11. That's 216. Get my eraser. And figure this out. So 216 plus 54. That's going to be 7. 270, that's 5. 270. My eraser. Erase this. 270 plus 54. 7 and 5 is 12. That's going to give me 320. So 6 groups of 54 is 320. Oh, 24. I made an error right there. 324. So I'm getting close to 490. Erase that. So I'm going to extend this a little further. So we have 7. So let's see if 7 is going to do the trick. So we have 324 plus 54. It's going to be 8. 7. So that's 378. Let's go over here. 8. 8 may do the trick. So 378 plus 54 is going to be 12. I'm going to make a 10 because it's going to be easier. I'm going to take 3 from 5. That's 10 plus 2 is 12. And one more is 13. So that's going to give us 432. But then again, 9 may be close. Let me see if I can add another 54. 6, 8, so 486. So this is going to be 9. So 54 times 9 is 486. We want to subtract, that's 0. 9 minus 1 is, 9 minus 8 is 1. So 10 is smaller than 54. I don't have anything else to bring down. So my remainder is 10. Now, if you're unsure that your answer is incorrect, I'm going to erase my T-chart and I'm going to go ahead and check it. So this is going to be the check. So what I'm going to do is multiply 54, this number, which is the divisor, and then I'm going to multiply it by the quotient, which is the answer. So I'm not going to put that 9 there, that 0 there, because that's just saying that there's not any value or digits in the tens place. So 4 times 9 is 36. 5 times 9 is 45. Plus 3 is 486. But I have to add my remainder, which is 410, which would give me a total of 496, which actually matches my dividend. So my answer is correct. So hopefully this is helpful. If you get stuck, please rewind and go back and continue to work through your problems. And also, if you're not sure if your answer is correct, do just like I did and multiply and then add your remainder if there's is one.